how's it going?
What's up and good morning, guys? Welcome back to another video. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Say hi. Say hi to all your loyal fans, dude. The fans are coming out now. The fans for Chris are just pouring out of the woodwork. I think we got a Chris fan club going now. What do you think, buddy? Are you proud? Are you happy? What do you want to say to your fans?
Thank you, everybody, for being my fans.
All right, so today clearly we have my detailer buddy Josh, who's right here off camera. Get over here, buddy. He's he's taking care of some of the vehicles, taking care of my truck, taking care of Chris's truck, taking care of the girlfriend's car. And I talk highly of Josh in a lot of my videos, but I don't think we've ever actually like fully talked to Josh about what he does or how he got to where he's at or any of that. And as you guys know, with WORKFORIT and WORKFORIT Apparel, I'm all about promoting blue collar, people starting their own companies, and people who don't necessarily take, I guess, the paved road for them in life and kind of just decide they're going to carve out their own company. And Josh is one of the prime examples of that. And he's got his his detailing business here, and I consider him quite the detailing mogul in our town. Would you say so?
I'd like to think that.
All right. So anyways, I thought we should ask Josh a little bit of questions. I know there's a lot of people out there, especially you younger guys, that are thinking about getting into mobile detailing, doing auto detailing and all that, and it can actually be a really lucrative business. So I think we should have Josh kind of chronicle how he got into it and tell you guys where he's at in life right now. Josh is 23? 23 years old, supports himself, has multiple vehicles, just living a good life right now. So I think there's definitely money to be made. And Josh, let's take it away, man. How'd you get into detailing?
I've done a lot of buying and selling since, I don't know, probably before high school, and in doing that you don't ever want to pay somebody else to do the work for you as far as detailing, cleaning your stuff, and so doing that myself was extra profit at the end when you sell the vehicle, and that's kind of how it got done. And obviously I'm a pretty picky person, I have high standards, so it's obviously going to get done right. A lot of learning involved, learning the right way, learning the hard way, sometimes making mistakes and learning from that. But
so what would you say, because I can already see it, I don't have enough money to buy a detail trailer like yours, which we're going to go over here in a minute. What do you say to the kid that, to me, it makes sense that you start off with a hose and a bucket.
Yep.
What more do you really need than that? Obviously, as you make enough money and you make more money, you get better tools, you can get better equipment. How did you start?
You're starting with hard work. That's not something that just because we're wearing the shirt, but you start with hard work because that's what pays off. People are going to notice the hard work and want you back if you're doing things right, doing it the hard way, sometimes not the easy way. You're not always going to make a profit on things, but sometimes you lose money, sometimes you're doing it the harder way, but it's kind of how it's going to work. At the end of that, you're collecting a paycheck and you worked hard for it. So
there you go. Well, let's go over your rig. Let's show your detail setup here.
We got a pressure washer over here, 150-foot hose reel. Got your generator right here, carpet extractor, buffing bin with all the buffing, waxing, paint correcting supplies, front bin, general storage, wash bin over here, anything you need wash wise, supplies, what have you. 100-gallon water tank, all full of deionized water. Got your shop vac right here as a backup in case you need one. Air compressor right in the middle for whatever you're going to need it for, shooting off water out of mirrors. And yeah.
And before we go any further, while we're talking about your equipment, let's go look at your truck, buddy.
New tires.
So Josh is not known to keep a vehicle for very long, and like he just told you, he got his start in flipping vehicles, and this truck was bought actually as a vehicle he was going to flip. But I think he's actually fallen in love with this, and he's fallen in love with the Denali life. So give us a little rundown of your truck.
It's a 2012 GMC Sierra Denali HD. It's got the 6.6 Duramax in it. Brand new tires on board. It's got a 4-inch CST lift. King bypass in the front, Kings in the rear. Fully loaded. It's 4x4. Thing will tow anything you put behind it.
All right, so one thing with any business and pretty much anything in general in life is you want to be able to set yourself apart and find a niche and exploit that. So Josh's bread and butter, I would say, is not necessarily vehicles, it's not cars, is it?
Cars do a good portion of it, but cars are when we want to do work. Yachts are when we have to do work.
There you go. So talk a little bit more about that, because Josh is big in the yachting community when it comes to detailing, buffing, waxing, doing all that stuff, taking care of his clients' needs. And if you've ever seen anything about the yachting community, you're talking with really high-end clients that have really high standards, and they don't like no.
Clients don't want to hear no. You're right. As far as yachts go, there's just like cars. There's a right way to do it. There's a wrong way to do it. There's a cheap way to do it and a hard way to do it. The right kind of buffers, the right products, doing it in the right sunlight, using everything down to how you step on their boat, they're going to probably call you on. So That's kind of our gig. As far as doing it the cheap way, that's not us. We don't just wax your boat. It's someone that's gonna come down and do a full compound, a cut, a polish, wax, all your gel coat, get that metal back down to how it's supposed to be, clean every little compartment, everywhere there's fish blood. Sometimes you're there at 3 in the morning for a really picky yacht client on his way back up from Ensenada, and that's just how you're gonna do it. If you're wanting to survive in that industry, there's a lot of people washing and waxing boats, and you gotta be the best one.
So that's what always stood out to me about Josh, is there could be a client that calls him up at 3 a.m. saying, hey, I just got back from a fishing trip. I don't want my boat to look like this when I come back here in the morning. Can you take care of it? And Josh don't care. He'll jump out of bed. He'll go take care of their yacht. Like it's not an issue, because number one, he likes money, and he knows if you take care of your clients, especially clients that are, I don't know, in that upper echelon of life, they've got friends that are running the similar setups. They've got businesses that have fleets of vehicles. They've got all kinds of things that are going to open doors for you. So if you're willing to do whatever it takes to build yourself, build your name, build your brand, you're going to grow. And that's just, you know, if you guys remember our video with Avian, the NFL player on the Minnesota Vikings, when we were taking his truck out in the sand, we may or may not have accidentally thrown some sand into the interior of his truck. All right, now mind you, Avian was only down here for the next night. You know, he's staying at a hotel visiting, and so we went out to dinner that night. And in the meantime, I called up Josh. I'm like, hey man, you know, my boy's truck just got some sand in it. Is there anything you can do? And Josh is like, listen, I will go pick it up at his hotel tonight. We'll get it taken care of overnight, and we'll have it back to him, and he'll be good to go. And sure enough, that's what Josh did. What, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night?
Just about, yeah.
10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, Josh was over there getting his truck all detailed out for him, and he couldn't have been happier. And that's what it takes to be able to build yourself and build your name. You know, Josh is the only guy that I'll call to take care of all my vehicles, doesn't matter what it is, and he's the only name that I recommend. And Chris, who's standing behind the camera right now, I would like to say that's the only guy he uses, but Chris likes to go to car washes because apparently he doesn't know how to call Josh, so he only relies on what I call Josh. But Chris likes to go to car washes, but the good thing is, you know, for every car wash that Chris goes to, Josh is there to fix all the scratches. So, while we're on that topic, what do you think about car washes?
You know, it's one of those quick, easy, convenient things. It's for people that are in a hurry and they need to get their car looking nice to go to work and what have you. For people with nicer trucks like you guys have and high standards like me, you know, I'm not going to sit here and say it's probably the greatest. You know, it's just whatever you want to do. If you have time to have someone like us come down and take care of the truck, it's probably a higher recommendation of ours, especially having a black vehicle. I've had a number of people come to me after a car wash and say, hey, what can I do to get these scratches out? And you know, that's just part of the job. Not that they're all bad. Sometimes there's nice car washes. They'll probably take care of you. But if you have those high standards, I'd say stay away.
Or find a Josh to fix.
Find a Josh that will come up.
And then everybody should just let's just go down. Like, Chris reads all your comments. Everybody just give Chris shit so he stops going to car washes. Because I don't know why he does it.
His truck bad today.
His truck lives in a garage. He drives it one day a week. But for whatever reason, he feels the need to go to car washes all the time. But whatever, makes Josh money, right?
Make a little money here, make a little money there.
So as you guys all know, you know, I didn't go to college. I started my own business, and that's kind of how I got to where I'm at right now. Josh, did you go to college?
I did not. I did not go to college.
Did not go to college. So to that being said, being that you're younger than me, what would you say to some younger guys out there that are looking to either start their own business, want to get into detailing? You know, what would you say to the next generation coming up? What's it take?
One, if you're good at school and you like school, go to school. If you have a plan for it, do it. I didn't have that plan. I had a plan after high school and it worked out great, so that was what I went with. Obviously, same for you. Go with what you're good at. Don't do anything in life that you're not going to wake up every day loving, otherwise you're not going to want to do it. So I would say that, a little bit of hard work. You know, that's, can't stress that enough. Your parents aren't going to buy you everything, you know, when you're 50 years old. Hopefully not. If they are, this probably isn't for you anyway.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, guys, Josh is self-made, and you know, he didn't start with a nice truck and a fully equipped trailer. You don't need it, and I don't like when people like, that's their excuses. Well, I don't have all that equipment, I can't do it. You got to work your way up, and the only way I know how to ever work my way up is, yeah, right there. You got, as long as
two hands, they work.
Hey, you really don't even need two hands, because I know plenty of guys with one hand that'll work circles around guys with two hands. So you just got to have that drive. And like I said, the reason I like Josh and the reason I hang out with Josh is he has that drive. As a matter of fact, he was a little late today, but you know, we go to the gym 6:30 every morning. Josh drives 30 minutes out of his way to join me at the gym early in the morning. That way we have the rest of the day free to kind of go our separate ways and do our separate jobs. But he's got that drive and he's got that dedication, whereas Chris behind the camera over there went to the gym with me. What happened to that, buddy? Why are you not saying anything?
We're talking about Josh here.
Oh, we're talking about Josh. All right. So Josh started off by himself. You know, I mean, that's the only way we all know how to start off, until where you can finally get enough work and you get enough or to where you have too much work and you need to bring somebody else in. So Josh has got his employee Drew here, who handles a bunch of shit with him. Drew, how do you like what you do?
Oh, I love it.
I've heard through Josh a lot of good things about you, and I've heard that you're kind of a self-made man as well.
Yeah.
Josh actually works for himself. He works with me.
There you go. Okay, tell us a little about yourself, because you're big into detailing as well. So, where'd you start out as? How'd you start out into detailing?
Well, I'm from Florida, so started detailing down there. Detailing for about like 4 years before I moved out here, and then I just got into it with Josh.
He started out on yachts and big giant yachts, and
Josh got me into cars.
Now apparently he does cars just as good, if not better, than yachts. So
yep.
Works out all right. He's kind of the on time, every day, harder working. He'll work longer hours than me. Like, if anybody's gonna put me to shame as far as hard work goes, it's probably gonna be this guy. So much as I don't want to admit it, but he's over here doing the whole truck while we're on an interview. So
that is true. How old are you, Drew?
I'm 25.
25. So there you go. So you started at what, 21, 20?
Well, I've been around boats since I was 15 years old. So
gotcha.
I've been cleaning boats since I was 15.
So clearly you love what you do.
I do.
And that's, I mean, it seems like that's kind of what stems around being successful and just living a good life, is loving what you do. I love construction. I love building stuff. I love working with my hands. And these guys love what they do. And you can tell in the passion, you can tell in the care that they take when they're doing the trucks and when they're doing the boats. It's just, and the energy, because hanging out with these two guys, you'd be like hanging out with your friends, you know? Go ahead.
He's kind of like that example of when you ask where do you start. Same thing, came out here with nothing but the shirt off his back and bought himself a truck. He details out of the truck just like I did. He's already looking at buying a detail trailer, so there's no excuse for not being able to do everything you want to do with just a little hard work. You either know somebody that's helping you out, or you're helping somebody else out, and he's on his way helping other people out to start where they want to start. So there's no excuse for not being able to start where you want and not having someone else to fund your operation. There's just no excuse. So
there you go. They got Chris's truck all wrapped up. Next up's my rig, and we're gonna kind of cut this video a little bit short because I'm running low on memory card and blah 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 blah. A lot of troubles with that later. Here we are. So anyways, I just kind of wanted to bring Josh into the picture and kind of tell you guys or chronicle how he got to where he's at, because this channel is all about blue collar. It's all about hard work and working for the nice things you want in life. The nice trucks, the nice equipment. It doesn't just come. It's not just gonna be handed to you. So you gotta be willing to get out there. You gotta be willing to work for it. And we got the guys looking proper today with the Respect the Hustle, Work For It shirts. Is this the most comfortable shirt you've ever worn?
It is. Love it.
There you go. Look great for work.
Yes.
And you look beautiful.
Thank you.
So there you go, guys. Make sure you guys give Josh a follow on the old Instagram too. I'm gonna put his Instagram name somewhere right along here. And don't forget to check out Work For It Apparel if you want one of these beautiful shirts or a hat or whatever. We got tons of stuff for you guys. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Give this video a like, aka a thumbs up, and yeah, appreciate it. Should we get Drew to say it?
what do you think, Drew?
Drew, you gotta get over here, buddy.
All right.
I'm coming to you. Come to the backside.
All the hard work.
Backside. I need you to say roll the outro.
Roll the outro.
Damn.